morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm Jessica Williams. Thank you for joining me today. Let's get things started. On today's show, we are going to pick up a new skill and learn how to decorate the most creative cookies. So Halloween is a couple of weeks away, so now is the best time to start planning for the holiday fun. I visit Country Kitchen Sweet Art, and their instructor, Amy Bakes, guides me through the decorating process, and I'm kind of proud of what we accomplished. And guess what? The best part about it is that you can take her class next week and decorate these cookies yourself. And later we get the rundown on a Renaissance in Roanoke, which is a juried art show and handcraft marketplace happening this weekend. Are you ready? Let's get decorating.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
I am here at Country Kitchen Sweet Art, which is the baking capital of Indiana. And they have so much to offer, from shopping supplies as well as classes on a monthly basis. And I am here with Amy Saliek, who is the owner of Amy Bakes, and she is a baker here in Fort Wayne. Hi.
Hi, it's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So Amy, let's start off by sharing about your baking company, because you are a monthly instructor here at Country Kitchen Sweet Art.
Yes, I'm a guest instructor and I teach classes monthly based on the season or the holiday, whatever we have going on. But outside of that, I have a full-time bakery. I bake out of my home. I have a cottage bakery. It's called Amy Bakes. And I decorate cookies for company logos. I do birthday parties, retirement parties, baby showers, weddings, things like that.
Yeah, that's so great. And we see our little special Living Local cookies, which are so cute, and you created those.
Yes, lots of fun.
Yes, and so one thing I love about the cookie designs, as I see you all roll out new classes each month, is that they're so creative and so colorful. So as we look at some of these designs here, you put together these concepts. So what inspires your creativity behind the cookie designs?
Oh, thank you for asking. Definitely keeping up on the trends. Whatever is great and hot right now in the design world for home trends or baking trends, that's what I kind of like to stick with.
Yes, and so with the classes being here this month for October, you'll be focusing on the Halloween cookies, of course. And so tell us a little bit about the classes and what people can expect when they come in.
So the class, and when you come into the classroom, you'll have everything in front of you like we have here. All of the cookies are freshly made for you. The icing is colored for you, made for you, bagged for you. You don't have to do any of the work. It's just lots of fun. You can do the decorating part. I'm the instructor, so I will teach you how to do it step by step. We go through every cookie so that at the end, all of your cookies will look just like this.
Yes, okay, well, I'm so excited because we're gonna make a couple of cookies today.
Yes.
So how do we get started?
Great, so let's start with our black icing today.
Okay.
And we're going to work in steps because the icing dries differently, so we need to let some layers dry. We're going to make this cute ghost first.
Ooh.
What you'll want to do is just gently massage your bag a little bit.
Okay.
Because the color is freshly made, you don't have to do a lot to incorporate the color, but if you had let your icing sit for very long, then you would want to massage your bag a little bit longer so that the color could be incorporated.
Okay.
What you'll do is find your seam and flatten the tip, and then you've got a pair of scissors there.
Yes.
And we're just going to cut off a very, very small amount from the tip of the bag.
Okay.
And what we're going to do first with our ghost, you'll find your ghosts.
Okay.
I have your cookies placed what most people would call right side up. I like to ice the back of mine because it gives me an even flatter surface. But most people would use what they would call the top side.
Okay.
With the black, we're going to add this layer on the bottom, the underside. So we're just going to kind of just add a little bit of a black zigzag pattern through there. This will not be seen because it's underneath the white.
Okay.
And then you'll use your pink scraper that's to your left. And we're going to just gently flatten out that icing.
Okay. Is it in an isolated area
or
all the way down?
Just right through there
just
for
right
the
through
face.
There? Okay.
Yep, you'll just want to make it nice and flat. Maybe take your spatula and
a little bit higher.
Yep, a little bit harder. Yep, that's it. Then you can set your spatula aside.
Okay, wonderful. I may have put too much on.
No problem. The icing tastes great, so extra icing is never a problem. Okay.
Alrighty.
And like I said, because this is what the same thing that we would be doing in the class, we'll set this cookie aside and let that black start to dry just a little bit.
All right, wonderful.
And next we'll do the green finger.
Okay, ooh, green finger.
And you'll want to find your green icing and just massage that bag a little bit. And the same thing again, we'll flatten that tip and snip off just the end of the tip. Great. Okay, with this one, what we're going to do, as you can see in this cookie, is we're going to outline and then fill in the bulk of the cookie, leaving the fingernail portion blank. So to do that, I'll start at the top and make a spot for my fingernail, and then I'll trace around the entire perimeter of my cookie. And then we'll go back and we'll fill that in. And after we've put all of our icing in, we'll use what's called a scribe to fill in any of those empty blank areas.
Okay.
If you'll want to pick up your white scribe,
Okay.
this is what we'll use just to kind of move the icing around a little bit to fill in those holes.
Okay.
Just like that. And then we'll set that same cookie aside.
Ooh, it smooths out so nicely.
Yes, it does.
Wow.
And next we're going to do this fun spider web.
All right.
So with your white icing, you'll massage that bag again and flatten your tip, and then we'll work on that cookie.
Okay, awesome. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so for this, we're just going to outline the entire area of the spider web in white, and then go back and fill in the entire area also. And then I'll teach you how to do that fun webbing, and that's a
Yes.
process called wet on wet.
Oh. It's a very steady hand.
Great. Okay. And then wipe off your scribe. And with our black bag, we're going to make 3 circles on our spider web, a small one in the middle, and then a medium one, and then a larger one. So
circles,
you can
okay.
watch mine if you want.
Yes.
And they don't have to be perfect. We're just freehanding those. And then with the wet on wet technique, you'll use your scribe and start in the middle, and you'll just make one line out to a point on the web, and then we'll wipe our scribe off and take the icing off our scribe, and then do it again until we've finished all the way around.
Okay.
Great. Yep. And the faster you work with a wet on wet design, the better end result that you will get, because that icing crusts over so quickly. It won't fully dry until tomorrow,
Okay.
but that top layer starts to dry pretty quickly.
Ooh,
Nice job.
okay, awesome.
And then you can set that one aside. That cookie is finished, so we'll let that start to dry.
Yay.
And let's start on the cauldron that's black and green.
Awesome.
And for this, so that we can kind of see some definition in between the different layers, we'll add that middle line of bar right in the middle in black. So we'll trace a long oval, oops, and then fill that in. We'll let that start to dry so that we get some good definition between our layers, and then we'll come back and add to this cookie.
Awesome.
Now we'll go to our ghost that we started with this black background.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
yes.
So the black has started to dry. With our white, what we're going to do is we're going to trace 2 eyes, trace some kind of a scary mouth, whatever you would like. Then we'll trace the perimeter, and then we'll fill everything in. And that will leave that negative space in the ghost's face so that you can see the black coming through.
Awesome.
and wipe off your scribe, and you can set him aside. We're done with the ghost.
All right.
And let's go back to our finger.
So tell me, Amy,
Yep.
when people come in and they take the classes, is
Mm-hmm.
it typically like their parents with their children? Is it a group of friends?
It's a great question. I have had moms and daughters come in before. I've had spouses come in before.
Yeah.
People for just a fun, girls' night out type of thing. So I kind of get the whole gamut.
Yeah.
For my classes, which is nice. So,
Yeah, it
because
is.
especially with a theme like this, it can be good for kids. It can be good for adults.
Right.
Anybody can enjoy it.
And as we were saying, it's very relaxing.
It
and
is.
peaceful.
It
Just to
is.
kind of make your own design and be creative.
Yeah, and I think the classes are a lot of fun. I try to keep them nice and lighthearted and relax and tell a few jokes. And I do most of my teaching at the beginning, and then we move into the decorating part of the class.
And so what has been one of the most interesting type of designs that you have done, created, catered for?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't really know. Everybody has a different type of request. So I've done
Right.
everything from, themed baby showers where it's baby's first rodeo, which is always something cute to do.
that's cute,
You can do
yeah.
a lot with it too. Birthday parties for, an over-the-hill birthday party, something like that. So yeah, it's all
I
fun.
imagine even like weddings and stuff, you can get into the colors
Yes,
and
yes.
I mean, it's just limitless. I
Yes.
mean, honestly, what you can do with these cookies.
It is, absolutely. And some people like them really, really simple, and some people want a really elaborate cookie.
Yeah,
So,
and that's what I love about Country Kitchen Sweet Art. Their supplies, they have
Yes.
so many like aisles and aisles
Yes.
of cookie cutouts.
Mhm. We are so fortunate to have them here in Fort Wayne. My favorite is the sprinkle bar. I don't know if you have seen
yes.
that,
We love
but
the
it
sprinkle
is
bar.
great. You can just go right down the row and make whatever kind of mix of sprinkles that you would
Yes,
like. So,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay.
So next we'll use the purple with
Okay.
your finger.
Oh,
just
just
your-
your
yep.
finger. Okay.
And since we haven't used this one before, we'll go ahead and cut that tip as well.
Okay.
And we're just going to fill in the fingernail. So I like to outline the top portion and then go back and just fill in that whole area. And by doing our cookie in various steps, that allows the layers to dry and gives us more dimension between all of the different areas.
So cool. I feel like I'm doing something here.
And while you have your black, you can go ahead and, or before we use it for the cauldron, and add some designs to your finger. So I have spirals on mine, I've got polka dots, whatever you want to do, you can add to yours.
Okay.
And the nice thing is if you've made any mistakes or if you've got any areas you want to cover, you can always just cover them with another color. Okay, and then we'll do the cauldron. For this one, let's outline the base of the cauldron in black with our black icing. Next, we'll use the green again, and we'll add the bubbles to the top of our cauldron. And just trace around those edges again and fill it in. Just be careful because that middle layer of black is not dry yet. So you can go right up to it, you just won't want to go on top of it. Looks great.
Awesome.
And then once, this is a cookie then that I would save for the end of the class, and at the very end, then we would go back and add these bubbles to it.
okay.
Because if we did right now, it would just sink into the icing.
Yes. All right, Amy, that was so much fun. Okay,
Thank
so let's see
you.
what we have here. We have our little finger.
Yes.
Our ghost, spider web, and then we'll finish off our little
Cauldron. Yes.
cauldron.
Yes.
Oh,
With its
boiling
bubbles.
right. So we have to let it dry. to finish that off. This was so much fun.
Thank you. It was
so
great
much,
to meet you, and I'm
Amy.
glad that you were able to
too.
try it.
Yes, you're a great teacher.
Thank you.
And if you would like more information about Country Kitchen Sweet Art and all of the classes that they have to offer, you can go to their website and check it out. We'll have that listed below, and we'll be right back.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
This segment sponsored by Waterfield Enterprises. The Renaissance in Roanoke is a beautiful art show and handcraft marketplace taking place on October 14th. And joining me to give us more information is Curtis Smith, the co-chair of the Roanoke Arts Council. Hi.
Hi.
Curtis, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so this event is coming up. I feel like this is such an arts season right now in Fort Wayne and the greater surrounding areas. And so share with me about this whole Renaissance of Roanoke.
Well, the Renaissance in Roanoke, we're in our 16th year, and it is a juried arts and craft show, which means all the artists and crafters that are coming have to go through a jury process to meet certain criteria that we have, including everything needs to be handmade by themselves. Like, can't be made by somebody else. It can't be imported. It's something that they've made themselves.
And this is for the marketplace that people can actually go and shop throughout. Is that correct?
It's for both the marketplace and the artists, because the artists sell their work there as well.
Yeah, okay, so will they be set up as part of the marketplace, or is there a whole art show that people watch and then they say, ooh, I want to purchase that?
So the art show is set up, the arts and crafts marketplace is set up, it takes place all along Main Street. We close Main Street down, and they just run down the middle of the street. So we've got them set up so that there's obviously space for people to walk around and stuff like that, but they set up their booths with their artwork and their wares, and people come into Roanoke and just kind of walk around through the space and through the booths. And
That's pretty cool. And so what can people expect from that afternoon? So when they come out, what all attractions will you have there?
Wow, we have a lot of stuff going on with it. So as part of a Renaissance, we have a plein air paint out, which, if you know what a plein air is. So
I feel like I know what a paint out is, probably a little competition.
well, so plein air is I think it's French. It means painting in the air. It's like open air painting or painting in the moment. So artists come, they get their canvases stamped in the morning before like 9 o'clock, and then they go and paint. They find a place, a subject matter they want to paint, and they paint that up until 2:30. They turn that in, and it gets juried. So you can, they usually set up around town, so you can go and watch them which I find it interesting to watch how people paint.
Right.
Because I'm a little bit of a frustrated artist myself, so I like to watch how people's process and how they do stuff.
That's pretty cool. Get to see their technique. And it sounds like kind of improv painting. So they choose that morning, and then it's like, boom, you have 4 hours to get this completed.
Yeah. And the light's changing, so your shadows are going to change. So they have to kind of figure out what they want to do and hold to it.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, what else will be there?
We have kids' activities. The Little River Wetlands Project sponsors our children's activities. So there's, they come up with something each year where kids can come and do art, like a little art project that they can take home with them. We have a couple of face painters. We've got this awesome guy, he's Scott Sprunger, he's poetry on the spot. You give him a subject, and he has just an old-fashioned typewriter, and he'll create a poem for you right there on the spot, which is awesome.
Wow, so is this like a presentation for the whole audience, or he does this individually for people?
No, he just does it individually.
Really?
You come up to he just has a desk with his typewriter, and you give him a subject, and he goes, and then he'll just type out a poem.
Yeah.
But our artists and crafters, we have a wonderful mix of artists with different mediums. So we kind of have 5 categories. We have painting and drawing. We have leather, glass, metal, and wood, which is kind of sculpture or 3D art.
Okay.
We have photography, printmaking, or 2D manipulation, two-dimension manipulation, ceramic and pottery. Did I get all 5? It's a lot of work that goes into it, but when it happens, it's magical because Roanoke is such a beautiful little town.
It is.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
had the pleasure of going out and exploring it in different capacities, and I'm like, this is so cute. And I love that you all have different things throughout the year. I know that there has been like music stuff happening, but actually falling into the arts for the fall is just the perfect time to walk outside and to be able to see what all the artists have to offer. And something else that really stands out is all of the improv stuff, an improv poem, an improv painting. So it sounds kind of spontaneous and exciting.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, all the shops and the eateries and the galleries in town, it's just like a perfect afternoon. And because it's in the fall, there's just something magical about fall anyway.
Yeah.
But the town is prettier now. It's as pretty as it's ever been, if not prettier with the leaves changing. It's just, it's like it's a great Saturday.
It is.
It's a
And
really
so
great
do
Saturday.
people need to purchase tickets in advance to attend?
No, it's free. The event's free.
Okay.
Parking's free. The event's free. Obviously, shopping's not free.
Right. That would be nice.
Yeah, maybe someday we'll get there. But yeah, it's all free.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Curtis,
Thank you for
sharing
having
about
me.
this event. You are very welcome. And if you would like more information about a Renaissance in Roanoke, we'll have their website listed below, and we'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Waterfield Enterprises.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you can always rewatch segments and full episodes of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com and also checking out our YouTube page. And remember, it's never too late to live your best life. So start living it today. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.